Alright, everyone. Thus, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B's feud is becoming unmanageable. I'm not sure if any of you were up late last night, but if you were, you witnessed Cardi B and Nicki Minaj back. Now, last night, everything went completely out of control because these two were arguing on Twitter on Monday night. In other words, they ultimately moving back and forth. In the end, Nicki Minaj brought up Cardi B's daughter, calling her a monkey and ugly. It was a total mess, you know, even as of Monday. Nicki Minaj hasn't stopped teasing Cardi B. She's been rambling on and on, until Cardi was rekindled by a tweet from Nicki. In response to Cardi B, Nicki stated that Nicki Minaj needed to attend a fertility test. Doctor since she had used too many medicines to conceive naturally. Am I the Barney B in the flop? She asked. Given that the queen has never met or spoken to a reproductive specialist in her life, am I lying about fertility? Is my husband taking my large gooey hole for alimony and fucking my sweetie while I'm the one sleeping with trade? When the queen presents her medical records to the courts, I will be sued. We will triumph once more. Rock bottom nation. I also have your medical records, Desiree. According to the lawyer, Barney will be homeless in 36 months. Thank God. Fortunately, we are currently enjoying cake. I'm sure you're unaware, but some women do plan their pregnancies. Barney B, you are filthy. Hannah P_ants are kept away from humans throughout pregnancy. Who got 4 other people pregnant for the next trade? The devil comes to collect. You see, your soul was sold. You lost even if you made a pack. Listen to this now. We must neutralize you. Yes, and since Jesus has nothing to do with this foolishness, we are not going to bring him in. However, she went on to say, I intentionally became pregnant for my soulmate the year after being married and becoming pregnant for my first love. We had it planned. You see, Barney. In the strip club, your medical documents now appear embarrassing, as well as your dad. In any case, you are on the verge of internal death. Black ladies were referred to as insects and apes by you. One day, people will refer to your daughters as insects and apes. In any case, until I was ready, I employed the double down protection in every connection. Examine the distinction between a queen and a. And the tweet that got it all started was this one. Following this, Nicki went straight to hell because she brought up Cardi B's infant daughter, Blossom, and began discussing her 7-year-old daughter, Culture. She was now discussing Culture's appearance. Cardi B responded by bringing up Nicki Minaj's son and claiming that he has developmental difficulties. After that, Cardi B was called out by Nicki Minaj, who said she wanted her to pull up so they could fight. Cardi B is large and pregnant. Everyone, how will they engage in combat? Why are you urging a pregnant woman to engage in combat? Like, create it. Makes sense. However, I'm going to read these tweets to you all now. You should prepare to clutch your pearls since you won't believe anything that is stated. Her first words were, Culture a vulture and her mama a crow. It would have been foolish to miss Wendy eating that crow. What took place? They played you to perform that Your tongue is heavy. Please don't sniff with babies. 4 and 5. Coke. Tell Carlos about Culture. Like your sister, you are a monkey and a roach. Barney is risky. Bodega Barney. What's going on? If you are expecting another monkey, your sister may have that chest collapse. Or roach at this moment. For the sole purpose of amusement, I say this. You're ugly. 2. Culture vulture? This is a mature woman, mind you. This woman is in her 40s or so. Cardi can't keep trying to play into the fact that it's Papa Bear's birthday. Because she was literally arguing on the shade when it was Culture's birthday. Someone else said, space and on areas. You take the same action. It's not a drag. Nicki then exclaimed, F the vultures BD. Keep in mind that she is referring to a young girl who is 7 years old. Cardi then began discussing Nicki Minaj's son, Papa Bear. I'm so sorry that you're unable to talk and that you're pounding spoons because your mom was unable to stop using the medications. I'm sorry that your mother, who is such a dark-spirited and obsessed hater, didn't even give you any attention on your own birthday. I'm so sorry. She said, you said vulture. What? Your boyfriend slowed a son who urinated. You were sending me a lot of bad vibes. During my pregnancy, examine your karma as well. Check out the results of your bad urine. Now that he is 5 years old, he can't spell his name and is clumsy about the house. B. You wish you could call my daughter ugly. She said, you know that your hatred is so dark, nasty, and deep because your son is nonverbal because you messed him up with those drugs. You're so envious of all the children and their joy. Where the F are you? B. Quit talking. Album flop, P flop, never want to fight. Nicki then stated, surpass both you and your own group. Stop talking. Come on, fight. The sympathy infant was unable to pull 2 to 8K. Abort the mission. Then she said, Take action. In New York, we rely heavily on it. After that, she continued. Bori B sent Kelly a complete label file pleading with me to collaborate with her on an album and tour. I don't want to have to end the call that was recorded. This is the reason for all of the sabotage on my tour. Ignorant B. Throw away the receipts. Your $4 and $5 record is costing them millions. Coupon B. You want to talk about $4.99, Cardi said after that. You idiot. You sold both of your albums for $5. You effing fool, even sold posters and keychain sets for your Queen record. Please remember that I've never been a B2 cop. Tommy was pushed to go on the effing by your pal Needy. Joint tours following his release from prison. I have never spoken to any of you on the phone before. And see how unappreciative you are when they let you have the title for 3 months so people could purchase your record. Nicki said, she's so dumb. Look for me. B recalled the previous time you called the police on us. They told us that you and your guy were terrified for your lives. So we had to leave New York. Nope, Barney B. Put down the receipts. You'll be eating out of the Bronx's trash cans. Don't bring up my God in this. Therefore, I won't even utter that last thing. He is not unrelated to this wickedness that is occurring. Cardi immediately retorted. You're lying, Funky Feet B. No one dialed the police are on you. When he was on probation, a man went online and made threats. You stupid jerk. Now that you're talking about finding us, you're being harsh. Get rid of the tough PB outfit you're wearing. But stop all the talking, she added. Where are you? You threatened to collapse my sister's chest. We checking our direct messages and haven't yet seen it. Everyone is awake and waiting. Now take off the H. I'm trying to call myself out to fight because I'm pregnant as F. She continued. I've seen you in person, and you never have that energy. You never had as much energy when I saw you at Tumac Gallus. Where the F are you? Though, I'm currently outside. Where are all of you? Drop the ATI now, and don't go tagging the feds and the police like you did 3 months ago. She continued. You Pab, stop talking. This whole thing is a mess, child, and I think it's getting out of control. One thing about Cardi B is now known to all of you. She will pull up if you tell her to do so. Although Cardi B may not be able to fight due to her pregnancy, have faith that someone will stand up for her. However, we have not received any additional information regarding this matter. We're not sure if Cardi showed up. Whether they met or not is unknown to us. If there was a fight, we don't know. Nothing has reached us. However, if you believe and trust, it will surface. However, please share your thoughts on this absurd circumstance with me. Do you think it has gotten out of hand? Alternatively, do you think the girls are going above and beyond? And what are your thoughts on the children being brought up and discussed in this context? One thing about beef is that it's best to keep the kids out of it. Alright, you are free to say whatever you want, but stay away from discussing or bringing up any children. That's just ridiculous, in my opinion. However, please share your thoughts regarding everything below with me. I'll speak with you later. That's all I have to offer. Interview 8:25, 11 o'clock. Offer. Interview 8:25, 11 o'clock.
Cardi and Nicki. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna Cardi on this one, cause we can argue all day, bitch. But when it come to my kid, don't ever let it come to my kid. Ever. Drop the addy.
Yeah, so I think we can all say it's gone too far at this point. Kids are getting involved, threats are being made, meanwhile the government is about to be shut down. I do not know how we got here, y'all. I really don't. I do understand why they had beef. I understand all the history about that. But for the first week's album sales to be doing all this, I can't. Especially because the severity of what they're saying, like I can't even show the tweet. You know shit's bad when people understand Twitter from both sides are just like, please y'all, like this is doing too much, let's stop it. But y'all contributed to this damn shit. I'm gonna go ahead and call for what the fuck it is. Y'all always be doing too damn much. So you're gonna take some fucking responsibility as well. But they're also grown women, and I think that they're gonna have to calm the tension somehow. Do I know if they're going to? I don't know, because like I said, this shit has been going on for 7 fucking years. Like how much longer is it gonna go on? But anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to follow me for more pop culture.
It is Nicki Minaj's son's birthday right now. Today, this very day. And you know what she is currently doing in this moment as I'm making this video on her son's birthday? Her and Cardi B are currently going back and forth right now on her son's birthday. And y'all don't think that's odd? Like y'all genuinely don't find nothing wrong with that? Y'all don't think it's weird that instead of spending time with your son and giving that attention that it takes the type of essays you typing towards that lady, putting it towards your son on his birthday? Like that, y'all really don't think nothing is wrong with it? Now earlier I said I was gonna make one last video about the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi B situation. And this is it. Whether y'all like it or not, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are on the same level. They are in the same lane. They are in the same league. 200K and 228K, y'all the same. Now 26K and 228K, like that's the difference. You can say they're not on your level at that point. Doing only a 28,000 difference, y'all are the same, and I think that is the issue that Nicki Minaj has with Cardi. I seen somebody say this on Twitter, and I really think it's true. In Nicki Minaj's eyes, she feels like she had to put in all this work to get to where she's at. And for whatever reason, she feels like Cardi did not. Cardi, and Nicki does view Cardi as competition. She knows Cardi is her competition. She knows Cardi is on the same level, and that is why Nicki Minaj do not like that girl, and y'all cannot convince me otherwise. Now, I'm about to go back on X Twitter and enjoy the back and forth, and this, yeah, we just gonna, unless something explosive happens, we just gonna leave it alone. And again, Team Cardi. Cardi has done things as a rapper, a female rapper at that Nicki Minaj has not done and will never ever do. That's just a fact. Whether you like her or hate her, whether you a bar for a party game, that is a fact. And whether you think Cardi can rap or not is irrelevant, because she's on the same level as that lady y'all need to rap. So then, how are you gonna label Ice Spice the princess of rap, right? She did. I don't care what their relationship is right now. She did. But Ice is not doing Cardi numbers. Just like. Anyways, yeah. Let me hop on back to this.